Hello everybody, this is Caroline with Create Your Future. I'm a LOA coach here, also certified in hypnotherapy and NLP. I want to start, before we start, I want to mention that we give away a free course on how to remove your blocks to manifest anything you want and fast. The description is in the box below. All right, so I had some comments on that chair, the bowl chair. So this is actually a copy. It's not the original one. The original were made, in the 60s. So I just thought it was a very fun piece. And I did not get the original because, and this is what I want to talk about to you today. I moved a lot. And with each home, I realized that I was taking my furniture with me, but it was never in the same, it didn't have the same character of the new apartment or the new house. And each house had its own identity, and I would remodel and create. So because I was moving so much, I stopped buying such expensive pieces, and a copy is just fine for the time being, for the time I'm here until the next project. And the reason why I want to mention this is because creating your life from your mind is the same thing as when you do any type of creation in your life. Whether, for instance, here in my case, I like to buy a real estate and then work on them, usually demolish everything and recreate them. I draw, I paint, and I like to imagine the space and paint what the space would be like, and then manifest it, and it's always worked. So I manifested the money to come. I manifested the pieces of artwork or furniture or wallpaper or whatever it was, statues, you name it, and bring it all into place. And once my manifestation was done, I would enjoy it for a little bit, but you know what? I always wanted to do something more, to go back to create more. And I really feel that this is what we're doing here, it is absolutely normal to always want to create more. As human beings, we are creators. We create our life, and we create with our thoughts. So whether you create your own space at home, you design any aspect of your life. So I want you to really start to think big, in a sense that wherever you live right now, appreciate it for what you have. And then imagine what it would be like to improve, any aspect. It could be, here we talk about creating an SP. You create your specific person, you bring in the people you love in your life, but it goes beyond. It goes beyond. You create your lifestyle, you create your job, or you create if you don't want to work, your hobbies, your activities, and it all comes from a place where you look at yourself as an artist. You are the artist of your life. You create your life. When we say your life is a movie and you get to create your life as you wish, you invent the scenario and you write it out, and then it plays out. Well, be a creator for all aspects of your life. It can be for your homes, where you live, even the country. Those who feel like they want to move to a different country, but of course, there are always situation. Their political situation, their situation with visas, their logistic with work, logistic with, financial logistic, how to move there. These are, at the end of the day, circumstances. And I do believe that there is a way that you can really lay out, write it on a piece of paper, your piece of artwork. This is what we're doing here. We are doing art. And it englobes the entirety of your life. So if it is a change of country, or if you have a specific person that you love who lives in a different country and you want them to live with you, or, it doesn't matter where they are, what circumstances are in place. It doesn't matter if your SB has told you, well, I do not want to live where you live. I don't like where you live. I will never live where you live. Or I want to continue to travel the world, and this is what I want to do. Anything you've heard from your SB, anything you have heard from what the government, let's say, with the visas, you can absolutely change this, because these are, again, circumstances. So when we stop ourselves and we believe that, okay, this is not going to be possible because we don't have a visa, because my specific person does not want to move, or because my specific person actually lives in my town but wants to move away and I don't want them to move away, whatever it is, it's always a circumstances. A circumstances is a story. It's a story that you have told yourself, or you have heard, but somehow you have created and pushed out. So, I talked about this in a few videos in the past, and this is how it works. Each moment is independent from the previous moment. Okay? So, it's a bunch of slides, just like in the pellicles, for the movies. It's one slide next to another, and once you put them all together, it looks like a linear movie that goes from start to end. So here, it's the same story. Our life is the same story. It's actually not linear, even though we are under the illusion and the impression that it is linear. But what is actually happening is it's one slide and one slide and one slide. Every moment. And each one of those slides become, in our mind, our comprehension, become a linear story, the story of our life. So with each one of those slides, you have assigned a meaning that is whatever meaning it is. But let's say in our example of moving from another country or to another country, this is a limited belief that no, it's not going to happen, because either my specific person told me they don't want to do this, they don't want to move where I am, or they want to move away from where I am, or we don't have the money, we don't have the job, we don't have the visa. You change that story by understanding that that moment can have a different meaning. So that circumstance, that old story gets replaced with your new story that you create right now. So you're not going to think, how am I going to convince my specific person to stay where I am or to come where I am? Or how am I going to think about how we're going to get the visa or the money or what kind of job my specific person is going to have once they hear, or even if it's a language barrier, No, you can write it all out, and you are going to be the artist. You're going to be the creator of your life. But when I say like an artist, if some of you are artists, you can relate. Others, it doesn't matter, because in a way we're all artists. So whether you take a big canvas and start painting on it, or if you just take a piece of paper and start writing, or if you don't want to do any of this and you just want to think about it, it all works. The way it works is that you create, with those little limiting pieces in the middle. You look at the end goal and what it is that you want. You know what? Okay, let's create. Let's just go wild. Let's just go. The sky is has no limit. What would be like the best scenario for this moment, for right now? Because again, you can have your desire, as crazy as it seems, and it may unfold fast. It may while unfolding, being a whole process that can take 2-5 years, let's say. Like, let's say if you're building a house, you want your dream house, you drew the plans, and then now it's getting built. That may take maybe a year or two. So you enjoy this, and when it's done and you have it and you enjoy it, it's just normal and okay to have another desire and to recreate, a new story. Don't feel bad. It's like, well, I had wanted this for so long. Now I have it. I enjoy it, but now I want more. No, don't feel bad. Don't feel guilty. We are endless creators. We are here to create. And, just think of yourself as an artist in any capacity. So, for instance, to go back to our example with our specific person, let's say the specific person is in a different country. And we want them to live with us. They may have said things like, no, I can't do it because I don't have the money, or no, I can't, I don't want to do it because I don't like where you live, or, it's too noisy, it's a big city, it's too noisy, whatever. I'm just giving you an example, okay? Whatever your specific person has said. You create the end scene. You create what you want really at the end. And it can be as wild as you want. You can be here working right now, today, with minimum wage and really getting by paycheck every week. And that's fine. I've done this. I've been there. I had, I think, a total of $200, and I was working every week, minimum wage, and I could only pay my stuff with the paycheck I was receiving on Friday. And I was, at the time, I did write everything I wanted in my life. And the list was absolutely wild and crazy. I wanted to live in a beautiful apartment, and I wanted to drive a brand new car. I wanted to have a brand new boat, and I wanted to travel all the time. The list was quite wild for coming where I was coming from. I was renting a tiny place I was sharing with another girl, one of my old friends, and this seemed just absolutely beyond far-fetched and impossible. I wrote my list. I affirm for each and every one, and within a year, everything fell into place in the most absurd manner. Everything started unfolding. There was nothing logical in the way things started to unfold, but it all happened, and I got to enjoy it. And once I had it all, I continued with more creation, more creation, more creation. And that's what I want you guys to do. Do not stop at one little limiting belief. So yes, while I was driving my old beaten car that I had paid $800 cash, and that there was only 2 doors, and the door of the passenger was not even opening, it was stuck, pretty much had to go through the window to get out. While I was going in my old beaten up car to work every day with my minimum wage, job, I was, at the time, we had, the tapes and the cassettes in the car. So I taped my voice, and I affirm, and after each affirmation, there was a pause, and I was repeating. So on my way to work, I was repeating and repeating every day that same big list that I had. And some stuff on my list came really fast. For instance, the SP came within a month. A better job also came within, I think, 2 weeks. And then everything else started unfolding. And a year later, there I was with my beautiful apartment, my boat, my new car, my relationship that was committed. And so you see, it's persisting in your affirmation. Of course, we always tell you this, a mental diet, but initially, be the artist, be the creator You know, don't just stay with a small goal. Why? You want your specific person to live with you. And to go back to our example, they live in a different country. You want them to come here regardless of what they had said to you. It's okay. So we write the new story. Okay. Specific person is now gain clarity that they want to live where I am with me, and maybe you want a new place, so you can describe the new place and how the new place looks like. And you can describe, you know, if you want to remodel yourself because you enjoy that, or you just, if you don't like to do the work, just find exactly the place that has all the details that you wish, the number of bedroom or bathroom or the orientation of the kitchen or special view, whatever it is that you want. You write it out. And then you continue, you affirm, you in your affirmations, then you incorporate all the different components. So, you know, your specific person, and my specific person is now super happy that he's seen the light. And we came to the clarity that after all, that's what he wants. He wants to live with me. He wants to be with me because he can't live without me. I'm the love of his life. He wants to move, you know, where I am and be with me. And suddenly he's decided that, yes, that's, you know what, that's the place to be. And from there, yes, we can live in this beautiful apartment. And what can we do from there? From there, we can do all kind of things, you know, and then together we're going to travel. And then you can list the countries, and you can even support those affirmations and those desires with searches. You know, at night you can go on the internet and start looking at places around the world where you would want to travel, or the activities that exist. You did not even know that this place or this country offered such and such activity, and wow, that sounds amazing. Yes, I'm adding this to my list. I'm going to do it with my SP. Now, for you to be able to do it with your SP and to travel together from the same, let's say, same airport, kind of means that he's already where you are, right? And if he is where you are, and if you live together, that means that all the problems with the visa, the money, the work, the whatever government, you know, issues might be from one country to another, all this is solved. So one big ending goal, if we stick to it and we picture ourselves in our example, if we want to do it with our specific person, that along the way solves all the other issues that you've heard and that you thought that would be blocks and blocks forever, right? Like I said, it could be financial, it could be the visa. So this would be my video for today. I want just to remind you that you can, and I strongly suggest that you do, is to be an artist, be the amazing creator that you can be, that you are, actually, we all are. And think really far. Think about all aspects. Just don't compromise. This is what I really want to say. Do not compromise your own desire with the desire that you think your specific person wants. So, okay, I was going to end, but I want to say this. If you think, okay, my specific person said, they don't want to live here, but I really want them to live here. So what kind of compromise can I find? Maybe I could go there and live there with him, but then I would have to give up all the stuff that I have here that I love. No, why? Why would you compromise? There's no need to compromise, because even your specific person, the compromise that you think that that you're making for them with their desire, it's not really their desire. It's the desire that you projected into them somehow. So you have to remember that your specific person has no free will in your reality. So whatever statements or declaration that specific person makes to you, and you're hearing something that you don't like, somehow it comes from you, it's being pushed out from you. So there's no need to compromise with them. And this, of course, it's a work that you do internally, right? So you don't compromise with them, you just observe the reality. Okay, I just heard that SB, for instance, here, does not want to move to my country. And I don't like that. I don't like what I just heard. What I want is for my SB to move from that country to mine and live with me right here, right now. And in this same house, I was going to say house, so I said home, house. And we live together, right? And now that's what he wants as well. What I want, he wants too. And you change all those affirmations. You see what I mean? You make it always work for you. And you do not compromise in your mind your desire for what you think your SB wants. Because the USB does not want anything besides what you put in their little subconscious mind. You remember, they are a hologram. They are a reflection of your consciousness. So you decide. So you create, you be the artist, you create with that limit, and you remember that everything you heard or saw in the 3D reality that you do not like, you don't have to compromise. Internally, you recreate, you change it, and you persist in those affirmations, knowing that it's working out for the highest good of all concerned, you know, and then you just enjoy the unfoldment and you enjoy your creation until the next creation and the next creation. All right? Okay, guys. Well, thank you so much for watching. I intend that this video helped you. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and commenting on our channel. And I will see you and talk to you very soon. Bye.